UK variant, but less so in fighting the South African variant of the virus. And in just the past month, the average for daily COVID-19 vaccines has nearly doubled. But for some Americans, the rollout is not moving fast enough, forcing them to take measures like crossing state lines to get their shots. Among those so-called vaccine vacationers is a couple in their 70s who drove 1,000 miles to get their vaccine. MSNBC senior national correspondent Chris Jansing joins me now from Newton, Alabama, with their story. Chris, what more can you tell us about this couple? What compelled them to drive so far to get their shots?
Well, Eamon, like millions of Americans, Nate and Sue Mathis were just so frustrated because they couldn't get an appointment where they live. So when they found out that they could get an appointment in Mississippi, they jumped at the chance, even though it meant 2 round trips of 500 miles each. Nate has underlying conditions. They also have a close friend who had died of COVID, and they were not going to take any chances at all. But I asked him, why should we have to be in a situation where you have to drive 1,000 miles to get a shot? Here's what he told me.
Well, what our problem over here in Alabama is all the congressmen, all but 2 of them, they were interested in trying to get the presidential election thrown out. That's all they were studying. They weren't worried about us people that needed these vaccine shots, and they need to get the priorities in order.
Well, the priority at the hospital where they got their shot is to keep people healthy, even though the CEO told me there's been a lot of pushback about allowing people from other states to get their shots in Mississippi. Take a listen.
My personal feeling is if you can come here for heart surgery, you ought to be able to come for a vaccination. We got to think about what's the goal. The goal here, countrywide, is to vaccinate and save as many lives as possible.
You want to talk about saving lives? Here's another twist to this story. Nate, after getting vaccinated, got COVID. He got sick, but believes he would have gotten much, much sicker, maybe even died because of his underlying conditions if he wasn't vaccinated. He believes that that CEO in Mississippi and his decision saved his life. But this is an ongoing controversy. Eamon, North Carolina just this week cracking down on vaccine vacationers. Florida had already done it. So had New Hampshire. A lot of other states looking at their own programs. There's differences not only state to state, but in some cases county to county. So this is not by a long shot. This controversy isn't over yet, Eamon.
Yeah, it